Hey there folks, Andrea Cox here with my little furball husband Lewis in the love room today. I don't know if you can see Lewis because I got a new camera and I'm actually shooting this myself. And so I don't know if he's in the picture or not, but I wanted to do this video on a topic that I've kind of touched on in the past, but I haven't really dove into it to the extent I'm gonna dive into it in this short 3 or 4 minutes. And what it's about is really, and sorry, I have my door open, so you're probably hearing some noise. It's really about when your emotional triggers are drummed up in a new relationship. And when I say emotional triggers, I mean old triggers from past hurts when you were a child, maybe some abuse, maybe some sexual abuse, maybe you were ignored as a child. Maybe you were, beat as a child. Maybe you saw something that didn't resonate with you as a child. And those really, really old buried triggers. And also more recent triggers of when, say, you were in a relationship that maybe didn't work out or failed. And those triggers from that last relationship are being brought up as well in this new one. And this is how I see it. So I'm actually newly in a relationship and with an amazing man, and we both have past pain. And most of mine is from when I was really young, and I'm not sure. I think his is probably a little more current. But the other night we went to a party, and before we got there, something silly brought up my past pain. And really it wasn't silly because it brought up my stuff. And it really triggered me to get upset and caused me to really kind of ignore and pull away, wanting him to come after me and things of that nature. Very childish behavior on both ends, really. And what I learned was, on the drive home, as I was being louder than I usually am and really asserting myself through my throat chakra, I was basically, yelling, I would say. I learned, and that's not the way I usually handle things, I learned that if we allow those past triggers to affect us in the now, then we're really not living in the now at all. We're not in the present at all. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that I've been practicing on a regular basis, and maybe they'll work for you. So number 1 is to really try to stay in the present moment and not focus on maybe, what happened to you 2 years ago or 15 years ago. Try to really enjoy the moment and know that when your triggers are brought up, it's important to realize that you're not in that place anymore. You're at your current place, which hopefully is a better place than you were before. And number 2 is really to take a step back from the situation and kind of walk away to gather your thoughts, because let's face it, folks, if you're triggered and you're all emotional, nothing you say is going to be fully expressing yourself. Nothing's going to come out right. It's going to come out either as mean or reacting or just pound, pound, pound. So really take a step back from the situation and give yourself, some time, 15 minutes or a day or so to kind of gather your thoughts before you go to that person. And my 3rd tip is really, really simple. It's actually allowing that person to know that you've been triggered and telling them what has triggered you. So for example, if I don't even know when to make up. If you found something out that was triggering you, you would just simply say, hey, I know this probably isn't a big deal to you, but in my past relationship, this happened, and what I'm seeing is making me feel triggered. And once a person knows and you're involved in a relationship, chances are they're gonna work on it so they don't trigger you. And that's a beautiful thing. That's when you can come together and bond on a really deep level. So Andrea Cox here. I hope to heck this video made sense to all of you. I often ask myself if they do. Toss me a thumbs up and post your thoughts below. Be well.